Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there is just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Bertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
Thanks to you. Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Hey Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
the final game of the regular season today in Terre Haute, Indiana in the HCAC. It's the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers and the Earlham College Quakers. William McDermott here on IndianaSRN. I'll be with you all night long. Time for our title sponsors. Thank you to our sponsors for today's broadcast. Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer since 1955. Also, Boilermaker Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Also, Wheeler Mission for over 131 years. Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Bertner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. Morales Group, we're in business to create a better future for you and your family. Also, Piper Logistics, your trusted logistics partner since 1994. Aspen Creek Grill, why go anywhere else? Large selection of food made from scratch and fairly priced. Highway Safety Services, Highway Safety Services Incorporated provides traffic control and pavement markings in Indiana for the past 60 years. And then finally, the IndianaSRN sports page. Follow the sports page every day with updates, news from coast to coast. Log on at IndianaSRN.org and click on our tab. Hey everybody, William McDermott here inside Holbert Arena. It's going to be a pretty fun matchup. Final game of the regular season for both teams in the HCAC, but the season isn't over yet for Rose-Hulman as they have locked up the 3 seed in the conference tournament. It's not completely decided who they will host as of now in their next game, but regardless, they're finishing up the regular season against Earlham. And then on Earlham's side, this will be their final game of the season. They're coming in with a 2-22 record under an interim head coach this season in Adam Hutchinson. It's been a bit of a tough go for the Quakers, but they certainly have some star power. In particular, Ken Walker, who's one of the leading scorers in the conference, definitely one of the best shot makers in the league. He's coming off a 22-point performance in their loss against Manchester. He also had 7 assists in that game and 2 3-point field goals. Landon Hale also had 21 and 16 rebounds, which is a career high for him. And then Tavian Tatum, a guy who's been contributing for Earlham as of late as well. He's 4th in the conference in rebounds per game. He had 14 points in 20 minutes in the loss against Manchester. On the side of Rose-Hulman, they're coming off a win at home against Bluffton on Senior Day on Saturday. It was a great atmosphere here inside Holbert Arena. They've actually won 3 in a row, the Fighting Engineers have, including that win over Bluffton. Sitting at 12-5 in the league, they were picked 4th to finish in the Heartland Conference coming into the year, but they've locked up that 3 seed, so kind of overperforming that preseason expectation. This Fighting Engineer squad that's built on defense and rebounding. They're the number 1 team in the league and allowing opponent rebounds. They also grab the 3rd most offensive rebounds a game, and they're holding teams to just 69.1 points a game. That is 2nd best in the league. Earlham College and Rose-Hulman tip-off coming in just about 5 minutes. Stick with us on RHIT TV.
Finding the right answer and trying again, that's really what dragged me to aerospace. I saw other people making amazing stuff on 3D printers, and I thought if I combine that art of 3D printing with engineering, I could make something as complex as an airplane. It all changed when I came to Rose-Hulman. Feel amazing that I have still 3 years to do something much more complex.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Rose-Hulman and Earlham College tonight. Final game of the regular season in the HCAC. William McDermott here with you on RHIT TV. Rose-Hulman coming in with a 15-9 record. They've got the 3 seed locked up for the HCAC conference tournament that starts this coming weekend. On Earlham's side, they're 2-22. They are last place in the league, and this is going to be their final hurrah of the year regardless. They've been eliminated from contention of making that tournament. Only the top 8 teams in the league do make it out of the 10. The bottom 2 do not, and one of them just so happens to be Earlham, who have already kind of played their way out of contention. But regardless, it should be a fun one with a lot at stake. Nick Sales, head coach for the Fighting Engineers, in his 3rd season, 44-34 overall record. He is 5-0 against Earlham. He's never lost to the Quakers, and all-time in the series. Rose-Hulman leads at 70-55. These two schools have met a ton. 27-4 record against the Quakers here at home. Rose-Hulman has won the past 6 matchups. They last lost in that 2022 season, so it's been a while since Earlham has been able to best the Fighting Engineers, and they're trying to go and ride off into the sunset here in the final game of the regular season. These two teams did meet once before earlier in the year. That was on December 17th in Richmond, Indiana at Earlham, and Rose-Hulman bested them 80-62 was the final score, a game where the Fighting Engineers shot 10 of 30 from beyond the arc, 30 points from distance for Rose-Hulman that game, and Studemeyer led them with 20 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals. On the side of Earlham, Ken Walker had a pretty good game as well, first time against Rose-Hulman, 19 points for him, and we already talked about Tavian Tatum, one of the best rebounders in the conference. He had 7 points, 10 rebounds, and as a team, though, Earlham, big difference in that first matchup between the two. It was shooting from behind the arc. Earlham 2 of 18 from 3 in that game. They lost by 18 points. Rose-Hulman, on the other hand, 10 of 30, and that's a pretty stark difference when it comes to getting points from beyond the arc. Ken Walker is a guy that Rose-Hulman's going to have to watch out for tonight. He's coming off a week where he was named HCAC Athlete of the Week, and the quick little guard on Earlham side, the sophomore. They went 1-1 this past week. The win against Berea, a game where he had 31 points, 3 assists in that contest. He leads the HCAC in field goals made and field goals attempted per game. So Ken Walker, certainly somebody that Rose-Hulman is going to have to stay glued to on the defensive end. Earlham has played in a few close games. They're just coming off an overtime loss to Manchester, who they lost that game 93-84 over the weekend on Saturday, February 15th. Earlham also has not won on the road all season long. 0-13 away from home. Their 2 wins coming at home, and those were games, that game against Berea at home last Wednesday, a week ago, as I mentioned, the game where Ken Walker had 31 points. And then on January 15th, they beat Bluffton by 9, 78-69 at home on January 15th. And that was the first win of the season for Earlham, so they really got off to a slow start. Mentioned, of course, the interim head coach in Adam Hutchinson. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how things play out in the final game of the regular season. Earlham College and Rose-Hulman coming up on RHIT TV.
Anxious over algebra? Call Ask Rose, the free science and math homework helpline. It's free world-class tutoring. Just call, chat, email, or screen share. Learn more at AskRose.org. Confused by chemistry? Call Ask Rose, the free science and math homework helpline. It's free world-class tutoring. Just call, chat, email, or screen share. Learn more at AskRose.org.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
A good engineer, a good mathematician, a good scientist can identify problems.
But in order to be a great scientist or engineer, you've got to have curiosity and you've got to have creativity, and that's what's going to set you apart.
You can't teach curiosity. You just need to encourage your student to be curious. Curious in anything that they do. Curious so that it brings out the innovations, the new ideas.
575 of them from 40 states and 19 countries, with a record-breaking number of applications. Did you forget about Rose's outstanding class of 2023 and how 99% of the graduates have landed a position in their dream fields, graduate school, or the military?
The renovations to Munch Hall are finally complete, so I'm sure he'll have plenty to eat at the updated Munch Cafe by the new Living Mall.
We just broke ground on a new residence hall that will be ready for fall 2025.
We celebrated a record-breaking homecoming with more than 2,000 alumni, students, and friends commemorating the 100th anniversary of the bonfire with our first ever drone show. We also welcomed 267 employers for our fall career fair. And perhaps the greatest gift of all, the Wall Street Journal named us to one of the top 20 best colleges in America, and U.S. News & World Report named us the #1 undergraduate engineering college. You can be a little old for a lot of things, but you're never too old or too far away for Rose-Hulman. 2023 was a year of adventurous journeys, of coming together, of growth. No matter how far away you roam this holiday season, you will never be truly alone as long as Rose is your home.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Now let's meet the starting lineup for your Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. At the guard, the 5'9" junior from Jerseyville, Indiana, number 2, Kobe Studemeyer. At the guard, the 6'2" freshman from Barnesville, Indiana, number 15, Joey Schmidt. At the other guard, the 6'2" sophomore from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 21, Benny Smith. At the 4, the 6'5" senior from Wayne, Oklahoma, number 33, Simon Blair. At the other 4, the 6'6" senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 42, Miles McGowan. And leading the fighting junior side is head coach Nick Sales.
Just about time for tip-off here inside Holbert Arena. Going to be a fun one. Earlham and Rose-Hulman. William McDermott here on IndianaSRN RHIT TV. In the starting lineups for Rose-Hulman, as you heard, Kobe Studemeyer, Joey Schmitz, Benny Smith, Simon Blair, and Miles McGowan. And then on the side of the Quakers, Tommy Reddick, Ken Walker, Travis McAboo, Tavian Tatum, and Landon Hale. So Hale and McGowan meet for the jump ball, won by Rose-Hulman, trying to win 4 in a row to close out the regular season. Rose-Hulman loves playing inside out. Studemeyer tries a 3 on the first possession and hits. Picking up right where he left off. Studemeyer played excellent in the first matchup of the season against the Quakers. He had 20 points in that game, 4 assists and 2 steals. Well, it's a Ken Walker heavy offense for the Quakers, but there's Landon Hale getting to the rim. Studemeyer tries another 3. No, off the heel. Here is Walker. Nifty dribbling moves. Pump fake. Puts it up short. Fight for the rebound. He wins it underneath. They kick out. That's a 3. And no good from Connor Smith. Sophomore guard from Carlisle, Ohio. Joey Schmitz, this kid can really shoot it, and the freshman, it doesn't hit his first shot attempt, just a few steps inside the arc. 3-2 early, couple of empty possessions in a row. Walker, reigning HCAC Athlete of the Week. And a turnover, sloppy ball handling as McAboo misfired on the pass. Intended for Tommy Reddick. Studemeyer has Rose-Hulman's only points. Gets it over to Schmitz, the freshman. Blair, who struggled with foul trouble in the win over Bluffton on Saturday. 10 on the shot clock. Here is McGowan, the veteran post player. He swatted from behind. Nice play and recovery by Hale. Shot clock at 5. They get it to Schmitz. Pump fake in the corner. Sidestep trigger. Yes! Joey Schmitz on the season now. 71 made threes. 41.7% from beyond the arc coming in. So 2 triples for Rose-Hulman for their 6 points. Simon Blair underneath the basket swats it away. And Joey Schmitz doing what he does best, making shots from distance. Kid comes in, works so hard. Has been a bright spot for this team this year. Walker's 3 doesn't go. 4-point lead for the Fighting Engineers early on. Give it to the trailing Blair. Smith doesn't take a lot of threes, but he can make them short on his first shot. Walker's gotten off to a slow start, gets to the rim, puts it up, no good. Blair had some good defense down low. Studemeyer, start and stop, fouled from behind. McAboo picks up the foul, kind of hit him in the hip from behind. Smith came in against Bluffton on Saturday, and statistically, offensively, he may not have had the greatest day in the world, but certainly a high flyer, had a big, energetic dunk for Rose-Hulman, and a guy who can really do it in other facets, especially as a defender and rebounder. I think Nick Sales has to like what he's seen out of Benny Smith, the sophomore from Indy. Connor Smith posts up, they kick it out and swing it around. And Landon Hale scores around McGowan. He's called for the foul. We'll head to the line. Landon Hale, a little bit of an unsung player in that game against Manchester, the overtime loss on Saturday for the Quakers. He had a career performance, 21 points. 16 rebounds, that's a career high for him, and he's really their biggest player. Hale coming in, 6'6". He's listed as a guard, the freshman from Valpo, but he really plays center for them, and tonight against Rose-Hulman, he's drawn the task of having to deal with one of the best front courts in the league, and Blair and McGowan. McGowan, though, having to go to the bench. They will bring in Jack Genegis, the 6'7" sophomore. Schmitz outside to Blair. Schmitz gets it back corner, 3 ball, no. And Walker, the rebound, looking to push. Well, he just completed the 3-point play. Can't hit from distance, though. Landon Hale on the year doesn't shoot many threes, just 22%, 10 makes on the season. Smith tries an open one. And, man, some rough perimeter shooting and shooting in general from both these schools early on. Just over 4 minutes in, 6-5 early lead for Rose-Hulman here. Final game of the regular season. That's Reddick in the corner. They swing it back around to Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Guarded tightly by Smith. Over to Hale. Now Reddick tries a 3. Missed all of it. Air ball. That's going to take us to our first timeout. 6-5 Rose-Hulman slugfest early inside Holbert Arena on RHIT TV. Thank you to Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors. In throughout Indiana, nothing runs like a Deere. Give a call today, 317-849-0810. And also Morales Group Staffing. We're in business to create a better future for you, for your family, and for the community we share. We can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. Call us today, 317-472-7600. So early on, both teams 2 of 9 shooting from the floor. It has not been easy to score points for either of these two teams. 22%. Rose-Hulman, though, 2 of 7 from beyond the arc. Both their field goals coming from distance. And Earlham 0 of 4 from 3 to start off. Did have that and one, and some solid play so far as Savovic hits a right elbow jumper. So 8-5 Rose-Hulman now, but some solid play from Landon Hale early on the side of the Quakers. Not in the game right now, freshman number 34 in black. That's a long three-point try, and it's good. Connor Smith hits the sophomore from Carlisle, Ohio. He is a 44% three-point shooter, as Studemeyer can't respond with one of his own. Get it inside low, early blocked, and no, a foul. I think they're going to get Jack Jenikis. That will send Tavian Tatum to the foul line. Tatum, a guy, one of the best rebounders in the league. 70% from the stripe on the year, makes the first. And Earlham 2-22 on the season. They're led by interim head coach Adam Hutchinson. Had a change early in the year, just a few games into the season. And, of course, that's going to be difficult for any program to overcome. And regardless of the outcome here tonight, this will be the final game for this group, as Tatum can't hit on the second free throw. But they've gotten off to a good start, leading by 1 here through the first 5+ minutes. On the road, they haven't won on the road all season. Joey Schmitz from 3. He can knock them down. This kid can shoot it. His second of the night already. He's got 6 points. Smith has made a 3 on Earlham's side. Walker over to Smith, posting up the freshman in Schmitz. Fall away, too strong, and a chance for the Engineers to run a little bit. They look for Cole Pride, the post up. He just checked in and he scores. One of his first touches. Pride hasn't started a game all season, but averaging around 22 minutes a contest. It helps in that front line when they bring out the experienced Blair and McGowan, that senior front court duo. Both of those guys honored on Saturday on Senior Day. Here is Smith with 6 on the shot clock. Studemeyer doing a nice job staying in front of him. And that should be a shot clock violation. That's exactly what it is. Good team defense on Rose-Hulman's side. Tatum with the turnover. Mantavius Goodman coming into the game for the Quakers. Out goes Travis Makabu. And also in the game now is B.J. Wesley, the freshman from Nashville, Tennessee, on Rose-Hulman's side. Here he is handing the ball, number 1 in white. Savovic inside. Jenikis puts it up with his right and scores. A lot of size on this Rose-Hulman side. They've got Jenikis and Pride who can come off the bench, give solid minutes, and keep that level of physicality. 15-9, quick turnaround here for Rose-Hulman. Tatum gets to the rim and misses a bunny. Pride the rebound. Wesley looking to push. Hesitates underneath the rim. Jenikis passes it out. Pride tries a 3. No, short. But it's knocked out. It's going to stay here. So Cole Pride You saw that layup there. He's shooting 44% on the year. He's made some threes as well, 30% from distance. Hit a pair in the win against Bluffton on Saturday on Senior Day. Wesley nearly gets bumped, gives it off to Schmitz, and can't finish over Smith. Waiting for Ken Walker to get going in the scoring column, and he's trying to and can't hit the contested early shot clock three. Couple to the scores table as Schmitz gets open. Anytime he's open, this gym, it feel like they take a big breath of air. A foul away from the basket. It's going to be on BJ Wesley. Joey Schmitz starting off well here. 2 threes in the first 8 minutes for the freshman, trying to carry the load for Rose-Hulman. 15-9 the score on RHIT TV.
So my goal is to get involved in space industry and learn about what lies beyond the Earth's horizon. I came across Rose Rocketry. I saw, hey, they're doing some really cool stuff. They're building rockets. Being at Rose, I was able to hone my engineering skills to push myself to get involved in the field further and learn about all these different opportunities. And I don't think I would have really gotten that at a bigger university.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt.
Insulting referees.
Threatening officials.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes.
Violent language in the stands.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
Defense of Rose-Hulman has been their calling card all season long. Second best scoring defense in the conference, and they've locked up that 3 seed. Final game of the regular season. They will host a game as the 3 seed here at home in the first round of the HCAC tournament. Earlham to start this game, 3 of 13 from the field. We got a foul early out of the timeout. I think it's going to be Savovich. And that is the 4th on Rose-Hulman here in the first half. But 3 of 13 shooting, that's 23% for the Quakers. 1 of 6 from beyond the arc. 2 of their points have come from the line. Rose-Hulman has not been able to get to the stripe. And this kid, Ken Walker, has yet to get going. Guarded by Benny Smith, one of the leading shot makers, the leading shot maker in the conference. He gives it up, and we've got an offensive foul, an illegal screen. I believe it's on Landon Hale. Hale's gotten off to a good start. 5 points, leads Earlham. 2 of 3 from the floor. 4 rebounds as well for Hale. Walker, though, 0 of 4 from the field. Savovich down to McGowan. Posting up on Hale, right hand, soft touch, it rolls in. How about that veteran move? McGowan, one of the 2 seniors, along with Simon Blair, who were honored on Sunday. McGowan going to be spending some time as a volunteer as Ken Walker shows off his dribbling, can't hit as he falls to the ground. Numbers for the Engineers. But McGowan's going to be on the staff next year as a volunteer assistant here at Rose-Hulman. Plays for Smith, lost it on the catch. Maybe he had a look from beyond the arc. Instead, Savovich gets to the lane, and it's knocked out of bounds. He wanted a foul. We actually had the chance to talk to McGowan after the game on Saturday against Bluffton, and he was a little bit battered and bruised. There he is catching the inbound pass. He had a black eye up here, and just asked him, does he feel okay physically? And he said he was doing the best he could. Air ball 3 from BJ Wesley, turnover for Rose-Hulman. Still leading by 8, just about 10 minutes into the first half. Smith, he hit a 3 earlier. Off the knees of Tatum. Tatum ways away from the basket, gives it up. Corner 3, no good. Smith the rebound. Goodman attempted that one. They give it immediately to Pride. Nice steal, jam! All about getting it into the post early in the offense. 10-point lead, double digits for the Engineers. Nice pass underneath and through the contact and the foul. Another nice play by Landon Hale. Now Cole Pride, one of the leading shot blockers on this squad. Had over 20 blocked shots a season ago. Kind of ranked in the school history rankings, his numbers blocking the basketball last year. So he can jump pretty high. You just saw him soar high for the dunk on that possession. Just got some early positioning and punched it through. Hale's had a pretty solid game. He completes 2 3-point plays here in the first half. Really keeping Earlham afloat. He's listed as a guard, but he's playing center for him tonight. Savovich, drive, kick, Pride, 3. Yeah! That's Pruitt handling the ball, just checked in. And a 3, the second one good off the hands of Connor Smith. He is a sharpshooter, 45% on the year. Walker has the most made threes on the season as Cole Pride, 7 quick points for him in this half out of the timeout. One and out for the Quakers. Savovich gives it up to Pride, guarded by the smaller Smith. Wesley, the freshman point guard, in the corner. Savovich, 3. No, fighting for the loose ball, the rebound. Back to Pride. He's got 2 threes. He's got 10 quick points. Quick 12-point lead. In and out move, mid-range jumper, and I think they're going to get Pride for a foul. Cole Pride coming into the year, or the game on the season, just shooting at below 30% from distance, but 2 quick threes for him. Has come off the bench in 24 contests. 6'8" sophomore from Osgood, Indiana. First free throw missed from Tommy Reddick. Studemeyer will come back in as Wesley will go sit, and Joey Schmitz as well into the game for Rose-Hulman. Blair and McGowan out there along with Savovich as well. 1 of 2 at the line for Tommy Reddick. 27 points already this half for Rose-Hulman, a team that statistically they don't score a ton. Schmitz into the lane, playing off of 2 feet. Jenigis, too strong and a late whistle. I think they're actually going to get Landon Hale with that, and if they do, that's going to be the second on Hale. Regardless, it's 27-16, an 11-point lead for the Engineers. And how about Cole Pride? 10 points in between timeouts. This is RHIT TV.
So I started working on Babcock Ranch 16 years ago. We designed a sustainable community that is also storm resilient, and also it has a ton of flood control associated with it. It has 75 megawatt solar facilities on site, which will cover the entire 18,000 acre community. In September of 2022, we had Hurricane Ian. We had 150 miles an hour sustained winds for about 10 hours and 21 inches of rain. Babcock really had little to no damage at all. We were the only place in a 2-county area that had any electric or any available drinking water that did not need to be boiled. And Rose really prepares you to go out, think outside the box, and problem solve. And I think for any major at Rose-Hulman, that's what you're getting. You have the ability to go out and create something new and innovate and change the way that we live as humans today.
Boilermakers Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce or a new build, an upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on Boilermakers Union Local 374 to do your job right the first time. Jack Jenigas at the foul line. 11-point lead for Rose-Hulman here. Final game of the regular season, William McDermott here on RHIT TV. Jenigas does go 1 of 2 at the line that trip. He was fouled by Landon Hale before that timeout, and that actually Hale's second foul of the game. Something to note on the side of the 2-22 Earlham Quakers. Ken Walker hasn't been able to score yet, leading scorer in the conference. He gives it up, and a 3 no good from Smith, who's already made 2 on the night. And a quick pass to the short corner. That quick attempt, no good from Elijah Zom. Schmitz gives it up. Savovich off the heel, and rebound won by Reddick. Here comes Walker. Nifty point guard gives it up. Zom just missed his first attempt. Nice pass in the lane, and up goes Reddick, who's fouled. It'll be on Simon Blair. So much of what this Earlham offense does revolves around Ken Walker. First in the conference in field goals made, first in field goals attempted, first in free throw percentage as well, Walker is. First in minutes at over 36 minutes and 43 seconds averaged a game. First in points per game, second in three-point attempts. I mean, he's just a pure scorer, number 10 in black, but so far, you got to give Kobe Studemeyer and Rose-Hulman credit for the job they've done on him. Though missed opportunity at the line, second shot no good. Schmitz has it here on the right wing, gives it up. Studemeyer had a quick 3 early in the game. Savovich has made some nice plays, and nice deflection out of bounds by Carter Smith, who's had a pretty good game as well on Earlham's side. Get it down low. Jenigas gets it over Reddick, gets his rebound, and he's fouled on the putback. So the rebounding a problem for Earlham, especially without Landon Hale in the game. Rose-Hulman just a 3 rebound advantage, 5 of them offensive though. And Jenigas has been solid in his minutes. He's been out there for 8. And that's just his second free throw made. And now Earlham will bring in more size. Reddick comes out, and in comes Makondo. Hamwiba Makondo, the freshman from Zambia. So 30-17, Rose-Hulman leads it. 6:21 to go in the first half. Walker still scoreless. Has it now, gives it up to Donovan Pruitt. Now back to Walker, step back 3. Fouled on it and nearly rolls in. Comes off the rim, but he will head to the line for the first time. Mentioned it earlier, the #1 free throw shooter in the conference. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have consistently been the trusted allies. For all your inventory management, warehousing, fulfillment, and transportation needs, we stand as your comprehensive logistics partner. Ride with us. Call us today, 317-396-1023. A couple freebies for Ken Walker here. Savovich to the bench for Rose-Hulman. Benny Smith is in. Pruitt will go to the bench for Earlham. And in comes number 12, Travis Makabu. So that foul also putting the Quakers in the bonus, the 1-and-1 from here on out in the first half. Blair has it at the top of the key for Rose-Hulman, who leads by 10. And an offensive foul. They're going to get Blair. And Simon Blair, because of that, arguing his case, Pride's going to have to come in for him. He had some foul trouble in the game against Bluffton on Saturday on his senior day. Missed a big chunk of time, especially he picked up his fourth foul with about 18 minutes to go in the second half. Smith trying to find some range, can't. Tightly guarded by the freshman Schmitz. Walker will see if those free throws can get him going. Makabu loses it, 6 on the shot clock. Smith, deep three. And a big time rebound from Pride, who's cut out from underneath, and they call a foul. They're going to get Hamwiba Makondo his first. That's also the team 5th on Earlham. Feels like Rose-Hulman's had a chance here to kind of lengthen this lead, but it stayed at 10. Schmitz can't make it 13, but Pride strong on the glass, fouled. Rebounding continues to be an issue on Earlham's side, especially without Landon Hale in the game. And Pride, his activity has been excellent so far. 5 of 6 from the floor, game high 12 points. It's nice when you have a guy like Pride who you feel comfortable with coming off the bench, but that's just how deep this front court is for Nick Sales in his 3rd season, having his best season as the head coach at Rose-Hulman. 12-point lead for the Engineers here, final home game of the regular season. A turnover underneath, and that's going to be Makondo, who kind of fell when he caught it for Pride. Studemeyer pushes. They do find Pride, immediately double-teamed, and it's poked loose. Walker weaving in and out of defenders. Fouled, it'll be on the floor, but regardless, it'll be free throws. If you take a look at the standings in the conference, there is a toss-up between Anderson and Franklin for who's going to actually win the regular season and the league. Both are 14-3 in the conference, and then behind them, Rose-Hulman at 12-5. Fighting Engineers started 7-0 in league play this season. They're just the 5th team in the last 21 years to do so. Kind of faltered a little bit midway through the season, but they're playing some good ball, the Engineers are, as Walker swishes both free throws. There's going to be a timeout called. So it's 32-22, 4:45 to go until the half. Rose-Hulman leads it at home on RHIT TV.
Doing things so quickly, a lot of times we know that we need help. So our professors all know us by name.
Basically, everybody knows everybody here.
That one-on-one personal connection you're getting with the faculty, you don't get that a lot of places.
We're not just saying, here, go do this hard project. We are right there with them. We work with them.
The faculty are there for you.
Back to these HCAC men's basketball standings. Final day of the regular season, obviously, and a lot of big-time games going on today, but especially for Franklin and Anderson. The top 3 teams in the league all play today. Franklin at Manchester tonight, currently ongoing. Bluffton at Anderson, and Whoever wins or loses the combination of those, that's going to determine who's the 1 seed in the HCAC tournament. Rose-Hulman, they've already locked up the 3 seed and a home game, trying to get through the Earlham College Quakers, the 2-22 Quakers, who have mightily struggled this season, but playing some good basketball. They do have one of the best players in the league, and Ken Walker, certainly one of the best scorers. Schmitz tries a 3, his 3rd of the game. Any bit of room for Joey Schmitz. He's going to pull that thing, and he lets it fly. 13-point lead out of the timeout. Jenigas, nice cutoff there. He forced a wild shot attempt from Elijah Zom. And Studemeyer finds Pride, who's been hot. 5 of 6 from the field. Pride, 14 points. That's a game high. Schmitz just made a 3 the possession prior. Studemeyer into the lane. Back out, Pride. He's already hit 2 of them, and he can't hit a 3rd. Walker the rebound. Behind the back, dribbles it out of bounds, but it's poked at loose by Benny Smith, and that'll bring us to the under 4 timeout. 35-22. Earlham trying to get Ken Walker going to get themselves back in the game. It's been all Rose-Hulman early on RHIT TV.
Say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shops for all your print signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services, serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service. Call today at 317-328-2555. .13 lead for the Fighting Engineers. Here the home team inside Holbert Arena. Zom, nice footwork, but Jenigas says no, and takes it away from him. Schmitz quickly looking for Pride. The mismatch, Reddick guarding him. Gives a little bit of a flop and scores past the foul. Reddick took a hard fall, and Pride, recognizing that, just got to the rim. Halftime here, I'm going to be joined by Rose-Hulman softball coach Brian Shearer. He's actually heading into his 23rd season as the head coach of the softball program here at Rose-Hulman. So stay tuned for that coming up at halftime. But so far, Cole Pride and the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers taking it to the Quakers here, trying to go into the HCAC tournament on a 4-game win streak. They've already won 3 in a row. And Pride up to 16 points. Couldn't complete the 3-point play, though. Reddick can't get it past Pride that time. Studemeyer always pushing the pace. Reels it back out. They do find Pride. He's been the hot hand, and he continues to score at will. 18 now for Pride. Something to monitor as we close in on the end of this first half. Been a bit of a scoring drought. Here's Walker trying to answer. He can't. Rebound Zom, spins underneath and lays it in. Pride, a three. Oh, it rims in and out. It's that kind of night so far for Cole Pride, though. He is feeling it. He's let a ton of shots go. Haven't really seen a game where he's shot this many threes. Smith can't handle it. It rolls out of bounds. Turnover. Pride has attempted 5 threes. He's made 2 of them. On the night, Schmitz has made 3 of them. For Rose-Hulman, three-point shooting, a big part of that first matchup back in December between these two. The 18-point win. Pride again, he scores and he's fouled. Well, he's having some kind of a performance. 20 now for Pride in the first half. Well, just in case you were wondering, most points scored by a Rose-Hulman player in a single game was 46. Pride's got 20, and there's an offensive rebound, and it's put back up. Stacy still fighting for it, and a jump ball. No, they're going to call Stacy for a foul fighting for the rebound. He's down there with about 3 or 4 Quakers trying to take it away from him. It'll be free throws because they're in the bonus. But it has been a dominant first half from Cole Pride in the Fighting Engineers. But Don Ings, that was in 1968, scored 46 points. It's the most scored in a game in Rose-Hulman basketball history. Cole Pride with 20 in the first half. Here and there, he's got that rebound secured. A chance to add to his first half total. There is Pride. Backing down Zom, nearly loses it, and he finally does. Walker in transition for the Quakers. Euro step and a nifty layup. Sweet touch. Quickly, though, Stacy the other way. Body control through the air. He scores. Stacy's first points. And Walker, fast-paced action, misses the 3. Quick shot. Maybe thinking 2 for 1. Differential of about 20 seconds. And Schmitz traveled. Been a pretty clean game, some up and down pace as of late. 6 turnovers on the side of Earlham. That's just the 3rd on Rose-Hulman. Been able to attempt actually 9 more shots than the Quakers have. Walker is charged. How about that? That was Schmitz who was standing in there and drew the charge on Walker. That's actually Walker's second as well. Now, we have not seen Landon Hale much on the side of Earlham since he picked up his second foul. Number 34 in black still on the bench. Aston Sylvester now in the game. Alongside Wesley, who's now handling it. Just about a 1-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Walker's all over him here. And Wesley trying to break 3. Walker picks his pocket all alone the other way, and he's fouled from behind. Nice job by Stacy to get back and make a play on the ball. Walker 1 of 8 from the field so far. He has been good from the line, though. 6 of 6 from there, but struggled from the floor, just 12%. Leading shot maker, leading scorer in the conference. It's a big part of what they do offensively. And when he's struggling from the field as he has tonight, it's been tough. It's been a tough go for Earlham all season long. So a couple subs here and a timeout as well. Can keep it here in the meantime. There's 5 seconds remaining in the first half. If you do think about Earlham and just the challenges that they've sort of faced this season, 2-22 overall, didn't pick up their first win until the middle of January. Haven't won on the road. Just 2-15 in the conference. But, you know, the challenges of, you know, dealing with the coaching change in the middle of the season, not really the middle of the season, at the beginning of the season, just a few games in. And Adam Hutchinson, the school's AD, has taken over as the interim, and they did lose the game earlier this season to Rose-Hulman. But as of late, they've been pretty competitive. Won the game against Berea last Wednesday. They were in overtime against Manchester over the weekend. So there's some good things with this team, and trailing by 14 here, 5 seconds left. They're just trying to figure it out. 3 seconds. Sylvester, deep heave. No good. And that's going to bring us to halftime. 43-29. We're going to be joined by a special guest during the break. Rose-Hulman leads it on RHIT TV.
When I catch myself becoming curious, I notice my peripheral vision attenuating.
There's definitely a thrill.
Definitely keeps me up at night.
I think I'm somebody who, when I'm curious about something, I take immediate action. I'm immediately like running.
Curiosity for me, if I had to describe it in terms of a physical sensation, it would definitely be an itch. Like, I have to scratch that until that sensation is gone.
It is definitely just an itch I can't scratch until I figure out what's going on, figure out what is at the bottom of everything.
What initially drew me in is, as a kid, you're like, hi, yes, up is black at night. So I think that was really appealing to me, knowing that there was some hidden magic behind this veil of darkness. I do really like space. Space is one of my favorite things, just in general, all of space. 10 out of 10.
The kind of brain that thrives is a curious mind.
Curiosity is such an important part of the academic endeavor.
And without curiosity, we wouldn't have the society we have today.
You don't explore the unknown if you're not curious.
In your students' eyes, I live for that. I teach for that.
I mean, you can't teach curiosity. You just need to encourage your student to be curious. Curious in anything that they do. Curious so that it brings out the innovations, the new ideas.
Hey everybody, halftime here. William McDermott alongside Brian Shearer, the head softball coach here at Rose-Hulman. Thanks for joining me. Really appreciate it. Brian, would you start with just telling us a little bit about yourself, your background in coaching, how you got to Rose-Hulman almost over 20 years ago?
It's been 20-some years, yeah. It's hard to admit sometimes, but I tell people that I started when I was 12, you know, that way I don't seem so old, but I guess you get older as you go. But yeah, I was at the junior college level before coming here, and is a little bit different type of kid, a little different academic when we come here. Here it's a full academic school, academic schedule, and the academics are the most important thing. And so going from the junior college level and seeing kids go on to Division I and things like that, a little different. But coming here, the student athlete is pretty special. Mm-hmm. Not only are they intelligent and smart, but they want to play. And so two totally different types of levels, but obviously I've enjoyed it because I've been here a long time.
What's been the biggest, I don't want to say challenge, working with kids who obviously have high academic standards in the classroom and stuff, but as a coach, how is that different when you're at such a prestigious university or institute like Rose-Hulman?
Yeah, it's different, but we make it work because they need to be in class, they need to go to study sessions, they need to do those kinds of things, but we know why they're here, and they're here for the high quality education. I mean, Rose-Hulman is not #1 in the country for academics for no reason. I mean, there's a reason why it's that way, and our kids take it serious, and we just hope that they take it serious in the softball field as well.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but this is going to be your 23rd season?
I think that is right. My daughter would be able to tell you exactly, but yeah, I think it is the 23rd year. Yeah.
Well, when you're in the same spot for so long, what are kind of some of the things that you did when you first arrived to, put in the building blocks to instill kind of a culture with the program and here?
It took a little bit to get used to because, again, being at the different levels that I've been, the athletic experience is a little different. I mean, we're at the junior college level, we're gone all the time. We miss class a lot, and here it's completely different. So we missed one day of class last year, and playing 40 game schedule, and we missed one day of class.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. But the ladies need to be in class, and so we know that as coaches, and so we make sure that they're in class, and it works out because they're happy in the classroom, and then they come to practice, and then they use the 2 to 3 hours that we're with them, and it's kind of a relief from all the high academic standards.
Give us a little bit of a preview of this season. What are you looking forward to most? Who are some players we can look out for?
Yeah, so last year we did this about the same time last year, and I told the gentleman that interviewed me, I said, we're going to be a much different team. We won 7 games 2 years ago, and last year we won 21. Mm-hmm. So we were a completely different ball team. And this year we have a lot of returning players. We have a couple freshmen that we're going to throw in the lineup early that are going to help us. And so we missed the conference tournament by actually a tiebreaker. And so we're looking to get back into the conference tournament. And Jess Newsom was first team catcher last year for us, and she's going to do her thing. And we got a couple other kids. We got a couple pitchers that we're looking to do good things for us this year. And Phoebe, she's a senior. She's going to do good things. Yeah, our lineup is going to be tough. It's girls are competing, so it's we have 19 girls on the roster, and any of them can play. So that's the difference now between several years ago, is that we've got 19 kids that can play, and it's going to be tough to put a lineup on the field this year.
What has been the focus this off season for a lot of you guys, and as a staff, but also individually, more so technique, some things that you guys have been working on?
Defense is important to me, and it always has been. When I was a player, defense was the thing, and just getting the young kids to understand the philosophy of how we cover certain things, and it's different than the travel ball scene. It's different than high school, and so it's getting that instilled in them and understanding how we play defense is very important. But man, we can hit the ball. We're going to hurt the ball a lot this year, and we've got some kids that have some great swings, and we really haven't had to change a whole lot. It's just a matter of tweaking a couple things, and I think that we're going to see some good things offensively as well.
Well, Rose-Hulman softball is going to be a lot of fun this spring. Brian Shearer, thanks for joining me. Really appreciate your time. Second half of Rose-Hulman and Earlham coming up next.
Big play here for Mount Vernon. Ertl looking right, now over the middle, fires, and it's in there for a touchdown. What a throw.
Boy, what a stick, huh? Side out, back to the middle, and guess what? You want a point on the other side, you go to Taylor Lewis.
Here's Freeman. Has an opening shot. Score!
Stafford around a screen. Skip pass. Mays with 3. Mays drive. Floater up and in at the horn.
Hand off, and nice hole over the near side. 40, 35, 30, block to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. And that's a big one right there, and finally, somebody gets on the board.
Rose Rocketry was founded to put Rose-Hulman on the map for places to go if you're interested in aerospace. Rocketry is a club and a team for anyone interested in any aspect of hobby rocketry, aerospace as a career, or space in general. Rose Rocketry has several different pillars that we try to pursue for all of our members, one of them being the NASA USLI competition. The NASA University Student Launch Initiative is for college students and universities to get experience with high-power rocketry, get experience in creating proposals for NASA. They put us through the same rigorous process as they would all of their contractors. We write proposals, critical design reviews, we write flight readiness reviews, and then we can go and present all of our learnings to the NASA board and they can ask us questions. And having that kind of hands-on experience where you can point to it and say, hey, I want to work at your company. This is what I've done to show that I'm valuable to your company. I've built rockets before. I've written proposals for NASA before. Another part of Rose Rocketry is the research aspect. Because Rose Rocketry's goal is to help students pursue aerospace as a career, we want to try to encourage people in whatever field, in whatever subset of rocketry they are interested in. For example, we have a bunch of students working on what's called Rose Propulsion Laboratory, and we are able to provide them funding, even mentorship. Another aspect would be electric ion propulsion. We have a couple students who are really interested in in-space propulsion specifically. And then there's also SmallSat. Rose SmallSat has the goal of launching a nanosatellite, which is around this big, into orbit within the next 3 to 5 years. And this is a really ambitious project, and it wouldn't be possible without the support of Rose Rocketry. My favorite thing about Rose Rocketry is how open we are. A lot of our people that are the most active are freshmen. And that's fantastic because now these people are learning hands-on engineering skills before they even learn what engineering is.
It's sort of given me a preview of all the engineering that is to come, and it's sort of put me on the fast track of learning mechanical engineering. Failure modes, effects, and analysis. That's not something you really learn as a freshman in your academics, but learning it in Rose Rocketry means I can apply those concepts to my current classes, which really helps me excel academically and prepares me for future classes. One of the goals I have after graduation is to be part of the aerospace industry. Rose Rocketry has helped me prepare for that goal in learning the design process of the aerospace industry and learning the documentation requirements. And it's also given me the opportunity to step into a lot of design areas and a lot of manufacturing areas that I haven't been exposed to before. And I think Rose Rocketry provides that really collaborative and friendly atmosphere. We really learn to work with each other, especially across multiple majors. What's special about Rose is the ability to really get involved. If you have that initiative, you can pursue it. And I think that's exemplified by how joining this team as a freshman, I was able to be elected the vice president. I was able to make a real difference on the team. That experience is something that you really may not find at other universities.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Start of the second half here on IndianaSRN RHIT TV. William McDermott inside Holbert Arena, 43-29 Rose-Hulman over Earlham College. And boy, did Cole Pride have an excellent first half for the Fighting Engineers. His career high, which he actually set only a week ago on February 12th of 21 points, was against Mount St. Joseph. He has 20 points through the first half, 1 point shy of his career high for the sophomore from Osgood, Indiana. He was spectacular in the first half for Rose-Hulman. Pride 8 of 11 from the floor, 20 points and 17, plus minus of 17, 2 turnovers. He drew 4 fouls, 6 rebounds, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. So Cole Pride was excellent in his 12 minutes. I mean, that's just about as good as you can play in that stretch. Also, Joey Schmitz, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc for 9 points for Rose-Hulman. Those two guys getting it done on the side of the Engineers. For Earlham, they've struggled to score it. 7 of 28 from the field in the first half. That's 25%. 2 of 13 from beyond the arc, and leading scorer in the conference, Ken Walker, has had a tough time at scoring. 1 of 8 from the field, 0 of 4 from beyond the arc, 7 of 7 from the foul line. For Walker, they've got to find a way to get him in the scoring margin. He has been able to get to the foul line as of late, but that's just not going to do it against this stingy Rose-Hulman defense that has given a lot of teams a lot of problems this year. Rose-Hulman, they've won 3 in a row, trying to make it 4 going into the conference tournament. They've already got the 3 seed locked up. Earlham in last place. They will not qualify. This is their final game regardless, but some opportunities for some guys to make some things happen on the side of the Quakers. Connor Smith had a pretty good first half as well. He knocked down 2 threes, grabbed 2 rebounds for 6 points. And then I mentioned Landon Hale, who had 2 fouls for most of that half. He had 4 rebounds and 8 points in 8 minutes. He is back out there. They go to him immediately. There is Hale, who lifts it over McGowan and puts it in. Well, when he was in the game, it was certainly much more competitive in that first half, but Hale only playing 8 minutes because of the foul problems. As we have a foul in the lane. But 2 fouls on Hale in the first half. It kept him sidelined for quite some time. Schmitz has made a couple threes. Over to Studemeyer with 15 on the shot clock. Pulls up and shoots and scores. So Studemeyer now, he's got 6 points, 2 made threes. Reddick trying to get around Blair. Walker, and he can't hit, man. He is cold. 0 of 5 from 3 for Ken Walker. Schmitz looks for McGowan. He's posting up on Hale, who has 2 fouls. He rebounds his missed shot. Still around Hale, and that time he puts it in. The leading offensive rebounder in the history of Rose-Hulman. Walker nearly turned it over. Smith deflected it into the hands of Hale. They move it around. Now Makabu has it to Reddick. Walker drives baseline, and he's fouled. He just draws so much attention when he gets into the lane, and 3 different Engineers converging on him. Highway Safety Services. You do what you do. We'll keep you safe doing it. Contact us at 765-446-1502. So Walker has been able to hit his free throws. He's 9 of 9 from the charity stripe, 90% on the season for the 5'10 sophomore. McGowan has been pretty quiet offensively. Did score earlier this half. So did Studemeyer, his second 3 since the break. And Walker spinning through traffic. Reddick tries to push off Blair, who fouls him, and that's going to be the third on Simon Blair. Kobe Studemeyer, his third three of the game, shooting 32% on the year coming in. He certainly can fill it up. He played great the last time these two teams played in December, an 18-point win in Richmond for Rose-Hulman. Cole Pride will come in 1 point shy of matching his career high, and Blair, with the foul issues, will head to the bench. Well, Nick Sales has to love it when you got a guy like Cole Pride who can come off the bench and fill in for one of your senior front court players like McGowan and Blair when they have foul issues, and still have a similar, the same, or even a better impact. Pride with 20 points and 2 threes. McGowan gives it up. Smith, corner three ball. Yeah! Benny Smith continues to make winning plays. Here he is all over Walker defensively. Nearly forced a turnover. Reddick kind of shot that from behind the backboard and still got it to go. 16-point lead for the Engineers. Schmidt shoots over Smith and cans it. Hand down, man down. Smith thought about giving him, or trying to give him, a taste of his own medicine. Here's Walker off the screen. A chaotic shot that's no good. And Studemeyer into the lane, back to Pride for the career high. No. He's just 1 point shy of it. It feels like it's inevitable here with a 19-point lead in the second half. Smith, that's a midi, that's no good, and McGowan and Hale just kind of banging down low. They'll get McGowan. Our mission is to restore respect to the game. This is officially human, and recognize them as authorities on the field and court. Do your part to practice good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we can't play. Walker to inbound, 20 on the shot clock with the foul. Smith shoots it and makes it. He's got a nice looking stroke. Kind of been the designated sharp shooter for this team. 37 of his 42 makes on the year have been threes, and he's already made 3 this evening. Walker hits, although they might review this as we do have a timeout called. They will review to see if that was a 3 or a 2, but regardless, it's 56-40 for now with 15:38 to go in the second half on RHIT TV.
Finding the right answer and trying again, that's really what dragged me to aerospace. I saw other people making amazing stuff on 3D printers, and I thought if I combine that art of 3D printing with engineering, I could make something as complex as an airplane. It all changed when I came to Rose-Hulman. I feel amazing that I have still 3 years to do something much more complex.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Be sure to check out the IndianaSRN sports page, wall-to-wall sports news every day, high school, college, pro sports. We have it all. Check it out at IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. Stay informed with the IndianaSRN sports page. Final game of the regular season. William McDermott, joined to be here with you in Terre Haute, Indiana. And Rose-Hulman taking it to the Quakers of Earlham College. They're just reviewing the three-pointer from Ken Walker, and I believe they're going to rule it as a 2. His foot was on the line. He hit that shot right before the break from the right arc. And my understanding is that that will be a 2. So 56-43, Rose-Hulman. And some pressure here out of the timeout, as instructed by Adam Hutchinson, interim head coach for the Quakers. Studemeyer gets past it quickly. Janikis and Pride to the front court. Savovich in now. He has it for the Engineers. Schmitz into the lane. Savovich thought about it. 8 on the shot clock for Janikis. Hale has 2 fouls. Janikis puts it up and in. Did that with a hand all in his face. They look for Hale inside. And that 3 in the corner is no good. And Hale fighting for the rebound. It's going to stay with Earlham. And we have another timeout. So it's 58-43. Not much scoring in between the 2 timeouts. 14:50 to go on RHIT TV. Help us put more student athletes on TV by logging on to IndianaSRN.org and directing your donation to a specific school, or hit the donate button. More games, more opportunities for our kids. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat. Inbound out of the timeout. Walker, quick 3 is good. And sometimes when you're a scorer and you see the ball go through, especially from the field on a tough shot like that, it's really going to help you. The first made 3 of the game for Walker. And Schmitz can't respond, so it's just a 12-point lead now for Rose-Hulman. And again, Hale making a difference when he's on the floor. Here's Makabu posting up to Studemeyer, and a little guard-on-guard action in the paint. Walker up to 17 points. That actually his second made 3 of the game, sorry. A couple possessions ago. Schmitz just shot a 3. This time he shoots a little runner and puts it in. Well, if he's making that and guys are going to be closing out on him hard, that's going to be a fun little part of his game in years going forward. How about this? Team leader in steals. Schmitz, back-to-back scores. Smith, awkward catch in the corner. They will reset. Smith, nice pass and a good lay by Hale. The Quakers starting to put some points up. Not a lot of defense so far. Rose-Hulman's second best scoring defense in the conference. Pride, that's a career high, 22. He surpasses his career high of 21 that he set just a week ago. Walker has a response. And so this lead has been sitting around 10, 12, 14 for quite some time for the Engineers. Earlham has yet to go on a big run and put a dent on it. Pride has been hot, can't hit. He's already hit 2 threes, 2 guys fall. Hale and Genegas, and if that's on Hale, that's his third. And he's headed to the scorers table, so one has to assume, and yes, it is on Hale. So Goodman and Zom in the game, and again, this smaller lineup for Earlham has been a cause of trouble for them as Genegas takes it right to the rack and a hard block. My gosh. Tavian Tatum. That was an explosive play at the rim, a lot of contact. Genegas took a really hard fall, but officials say that thing was all ball. Tatum certainly great leaping ability, one of the best rebounders in the conference. Here's Pride, a three. No, but Genegas' follow that he's fouled on. The offensive glass, a trademark for this team with this front court and under Nick Sales. Rebounding advantage is now 10 for the Engineers. They've got 13 offensive rebounds. Rose-Hulman's pretty much led the entirety of it. Just 10 seconds leading for Earlham. They last led when it was 9-8. Genegas putting together a nice game. 17 minutes, 2 assists, 6 rebounds, and 9 points for Jack Genegas. There's Zom pushed in the back. Will be Pride. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Call him today for coverage tomorrow. 317-849-7000. Bluffton and Anderson currently playing. Franklin and Manchester as well currently playing. Just 3 games today in the conference. Final day of the regular season in the conference, and Anderson and Franklin trying for that #1 overall seed in the tournament and the regular season title tonight. They both are tied at the top. Walker, that was a shifty 3. Ace wishes. And the lead is into single digits. It's about the first time in a while it's been cut to this margin. Studemeyer looks for Schmitz to go to Genegas, who's had a solid game. Genegas gives it up. Pride is fouled, and he scores! It's got to be like the 3rd or 4th and 1 for Cole Pride, and his career day continues. 24 now for the 6'8 sophomore. 68-57, Rose-Hulman over Earlham College. Don't go anywhere on RHIT TV.
My goal is to get involved in space industry and learn about what lies beyond the Earth's horizon. I came across Rose Rocketry. I saw, hey, they're doing some really cool stuff. They're building rockets. Being at Rose, I was able to hone my engineering skills to push myself to get involved in the field further and learn about all these different opportunities. And I don't think I would have really gotten that at a bigger university.
calling officials cheaters or corrupt,
insulting referees,
threatening officials,
berating young umpires, learning the ropes,
violent language in the stands,
screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
Career day for Cole Pride. He's got a career high and a chance to make it a little bit more. He's at the foul line after completing the three-point play, or with a chance to complete the three-point play. And by the way, currently, if you're curious what's going on in the Anderson-Bluffton game, it is all Anderson. They look to be running away with it 70-43, 10 minutes to go in the second half. Pride short on the free throw. And then the Franklin and Manchester game, it's 56-41 Franklin. So both teams that are supposed to be winning are winning, and as that would stand, I believe Anderson would win the league. Quakers had a little bit of a run. They cut it to 9 before the Cole Pride basket before the timeout. It is now 11 after that basket, and a chance to make it 13 or 14 this try. Jenigus over to Schmitz. Pump fake. Steps back. Pride with 4 on the shot clock. Jenigus a 3. Yeah! How about this guy? Just his 7th 3 of the year. And then Jenigus, all of a sudden, he's got 12 and 6. Rose-Hulman women getting it done tonight. I believe they were at Earlham in their regular season finale. 69-54, the final score there, as Savovich fouled on a hard take. Well, when this team in Rose-Hulman, when they're making threes, they are a tough out in this league. 10 of 30 from distance tonight. They were 10 of 30 in the first matchup against Earlham, and they've had a game this season where they made 20 threes. A school record, a previous record of 15. That was in 2018, that game against Manchester earlier this season when they hit the 20. Just one shy of the HCAC record, which is 21 made threes in a game. And when this team's shooting it well and they have that inside-out kind of play with the big men and Pride, McGowan, and even a guy like Jack Jenigus, who's been so good tonight, they are really tough to beat with that stingy defense. Walker, he's hit a couple threes off the back of the rim that time. And all of a sudden, the lead is ballooned back to 15. Pride, a 3. You bet! This kid is on one tonight. Walker spinning behind the back and turning it over. Smith. Savovich. He'll try a 3. And he hits one. So speaking of the splashdowns from distance, Rose-Hulman now has 12. And an early response attempt from Antavius Goodman that's too strong. Schmitz almost made it 13 threes. Instead, they go to Pride, who's been hot. Offense is firing on all cylinders for Rose-Hulman. Pride now with 31, or 29 rather. That was his 29th point. As Goodman hits a quick little turnaround. 29 points, 8 rebounds for Pride. He's 3 of 9 from beyond the arc, 12 of 18 from the field. He's been a matchup nightmare as Schmitz wheels underneath the basket. Back to Pride. He should have shot that one. Gives it up to Smith. Smith has a better look. And we've got Pride for the foul. Kind of an illegal screen there, trying to free up Smith, who ended up hitting a 3, but it won't count. The lead is up to 21. Earlham had it at 9, and Cole Pride, who's got 29 points, leading the Engineers past the Quakers. 7:54 to go on RHIT TV.
Hey, nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Well, if you're curious what the most points scored in a game this season by Rose-Hulman is, because they've got 80 with 8 minutes to go. It was 95 in a game against Manchester. In fact, the 95-71 win on January 22nd. They might hit 100 at this rate with the way Cole Pride is scoring the basketball. 29 points for Pride. It's also been a complete team effort on the side of the Engineers. Here's Hale, the other end, who will go to the line. Landon Hale coming off a 21-point, 16-rebound performance in the overtime loss against Manchester on Saturday. Has done some good things for the Quakers tonight. Walker is up to 22 points on 5 of 15 shooting. So heavy volume for Walker, but he is 9 of 9 from the foul line. But you do look at Hale, he's had 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 fouls. That's been the problem for him, just staying on the floor, even though they need him to. Jenigas there had it for a second. Savovich now with 8 on the shot clock. Wesley over to McGowan, who's been rather quiet. 3 seconds for McGowan. Gets to the rim. And a blocking foul. A blocking foul on Hale. I guess they say he was in the cylinder. I know they're actually going to get Smith with that. So if that was Hale, that would have been his 5th. But McGowan scores. Again, just doing what he is so comfortable with and getting to the rim. And Blair will come in. Jenigas will go out. But offensively, you look at it statistically for Rose. 50% basically on the dot from the field. McGowan makes the free throw. And then 12 of 32 from beyond the arc. My gosh. Earlham has been able to get to the line, 21 of 25 there for them. But the threes have outweighed them. Just 6 made triples for the Quakers as Hale tries to make it 7 but can't. Well, based on the results tonight, as Blair scores, Rose-Hulman still kind of awaiting who they're going to see in the opening round here at Hobart Arena in the conference tournament. They will have the 3 seed as Blair fouls Hale.
Foul number 33, Simon Blair, is fourth. Team 7.
Following the game, we're going to have our Morales Group post-game show, so be sure to stay around for that. We will be joined by Nick Sales, head coach of Rose-Hulman, along with a player, Piper Logistics player of the game. .22 lead. Another turnover. Piontek tries a three and airballs. I think the roof may have come off this place if he had hit that. Fun little sequence. All Rose-Hulman on RHIT TV.
Nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Why go anywhere else for delicious food? If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about service, you've got to try Aspen Creek Grill. If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about service, you won't be disappointed. 866-885-3249. Rose-Hulman one basket away from hitting the century mark tonight in the regular season finale. William McDermott with you inside Holbert Arena. It's been a pretty fun matchup between Earlham and Rose-Hulman tonight. Earlham, been a tough year for them. It really has been. 2-22 overall. Coaching change early in the season, but been able to string together some solid performances. Had the win last week against Berea. Overtime loss over the weekend. Just kind of ran out of gas pretty early tonight against a really tough Rose-Hulman team that, if the result holds, which it will, is going to win 4 in a row heading into the tournament. They've got to be feeling really good about themselves and the state of things coming in. Just a nice job by Nick Sales in his 3rd season as head coach. They've got an identity. They have a foundation. They have some star players. They're deep. And when you're deep in March, anything can happen in college basketball. And one finish high off the glass. Well done by Travis Makabu. One of our sponsors, Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. You can volunteer today, 317-686-6239. Piontek over to Harry Weston, number 8, Doxy in the game. Here is Piontek, corner 3 ball, air ball. Zom had some nice minutes in that first half. And he's fighting for the loose ball, still grabbing offensive rebounds for Earlham. 2 quick threes by McCaden Bodie. Both of them no good. If you do look at Rose-Hulman, going to be 16-9 in the regular season, 13-5 in the league. They will be the 3 seed. They've protected home court, 8-3 here at home. They beat a top 25 team in Anderson earlier this season. This team has a lot going for them heading into the tournament and for much beyond that. Free throw no good, but the follow attempt no good as well. Aaron Cook almost got it to go. The freshman from Warrenville, Illinois. And a nice rebound. How about that from Jack Murphy? Although Makabu is able to get it back and put it in. Under a minute to play. Doxey, strong, aggressive move, will go to the line. And the bench is loving it. Doxey, 6-foot sophomore from Arizona. He's only made one field goal on the season. He's also only made 2 free throws on the season. A free throw there for Mr. Doxey. It's also his 100th career point. He makes them both. $101 points for Earlham. Or for Rose-Hulman, rather. Doxey does commit the foul. That actually not Doxey's 100th career point also. I misspoke. 100th point of the game for Rose-Hulman. Murphy tracks down the rebound. And just a 4-second differential, surely to be dribbled out by the Engineers. Nick Sales still on the sideline, standing with his arms crossed as Cook can't put it in, and breakaway opportunity for Bodie. And that's going to do it. Earlham finishes the regular season strong, 101-78 over Earlham. Rose-Hulman wins it. The Fighting Engineers going to host a game in the tournament, and following this, we will be joined by Nick Sales, head coach of the Fighting Engineers, and our Piper Logistics player of the game. 101-78. Don't go anywhere on RHIT TV.
My spec for going to college was quite simple. I narrowed the field down to 2 choices. Rose-Hulman obviously is the one I eventually chose, but the other choice that I had was Harvard. But when I got there, the staff spent a lot of time emphasizing that I'm going to be studying with sons of senators and congressmen and presidents and CEOs and all of these big shots. And the whole time I was thinking, I'm way not going to fit in here. And when I went to Rose-Hulman, I met a lot of really smart, really talented people that were much more like me. It's obviously a smaller community, but it's a smaller community with a capital C. I really felt more at home at Rose-Hulman. My name is Greg Lowe, and I'm the CEO of Wolfspeed in Durham, North Carolina. I'm a 1984 graduate of Rose-Hulman with a BSEE degree. When I graduated from Rose-Hulman, I joined Texas Instruments as a field sales engineer and eventually ended up running the analog business at TI, and then eventually became the CEO of Freescale Semiconductor and now Wolfspeed Semiconductor. Wolfspeed is a semiconductor company. We make power semiconductors, but we do it on a different technology called silicon carbide. When you produce a chip using silicon carbide and you compare that with a chip on silicon, it's substantially more efficient. Basically, that means it wastes less energy. What I could see happening is the world moving from the internal combustion engine to the electric car. And what were going to be the key drivers of that? Well, it was going to be getting a long range and being able to refuel or recharge your car quickly. And silicon carbide does exactly that. I think silicon carbide is probably the prime catalyst to move us off of fossil fuels. We're developing a technology that's actually going to enable bluer skies and cleaner air and less carbon emissions and less warming and so forth. And I think that's something that's very motivating to the organization. My office is just a couple of floors up in this building, and I sport a Ski Terre Haute poster right on my wall. And it just reminds me of a great time in my life. Rose-Hulman is a very rigorous school. You know, it's a very tough school, and it's a very good school. But it's also one where the professors really care about you, and it's not one of these sink or swim type scenarios. It's because of the quality of the professors, because of the quality of the administration, as well to the quality of student that they bring. And all that kind of comes together and brings this enormously creative group of individuals that are driven to accomplish something, that have incredible amounts of intelligence, but they do it together. It's really just fond memories, and I think Rose-Hulman is very special that way. Together, we are Rose-Hulman.
A lot of times when you come to Rose, students will say the work is hard. And it is.
There's rumors about the difficulties of Rose-Hulman. I would say they're on par for the most part.
But 9 times out of 10, at the end, the student's going to end with that statement, but it's worth it, or I really enjoy it. And I think that's really the key part. Like, if you really like doing something, it's going to be a lot of work.
So the commonality is just the love for science and math. Mathematics is really the basis of all science and engineering. It's the language that we use.
We need to make sure that they have that backbone in order to succeed as future scientists and engineers.
We collaborate as faculty, and they see how one class starts to impact another class.
Math, science, technology, how intertwined they are.
Our students are very driven in everything that they're doing.
Is that opportunity to be pushed, because we do push the student to see what it is that you're actually capable of. We're not just saying, here, go do this hard project. We are right there with them. I think that matters.
Our job is to create a safe place to fail. That would be terrifying if you did that alone.
That results in students that...
Welcome into the Morales Group post-game show following Rose-Hulman's 101-76 win over Earlham College in the regular season finale, joined by Coach Nick Sales of Rose-Hulman. Coach, obviously, really impressive performance, especially on the offensive end. What was working early?
I just thought we played well together. I thought we were on a mission. We sort of knew how they were going to guard us. In the last 2 days of practice, it was sort of a clinic with our guys that have played most minutes in the games of playing together and moving the basketball, making the right reads. And guys have been living it in the gym the last couple of days. They know it's coming down to the wire, and play with some confidence today. It was awesome to watch.
How do you kind of go about game planning and prepping for a guy like Ken Walker, as talented as a scorer, as he is. And how are you guys kind of able – I thought early on in the game you guys kind of took him out of things. His shot wasn't falling. He initially started to find some things offensively, as good scores tend to do, but for the most part you guys were on him.
I thought Benny Smith did a heck of a job today. Him and Daniel Savovich, they were been talking about it the last 2 days, and they're getting to the point where they're taking that challenge personal. And I like that I got guys in my program that do that. But I thought our post guys did a great job of corralling him and helping those guys keep him out of the lane. It's not just a guy effort with him. It's a team effort, and I thought our guys did a heck of a job of making things tough. We got to keep him off the line. But I thought, even some of the threes that he hit and the shots he scored were all tough and contested. It was nothing easy out there for him.
We're going to be joined by Cole Pride later, career high in points for him. What was working for Cole, and what impressed you about his performance tonight?
That's the Cole Pride I recruited. When I first got here, Cole was a top target for me. I lived at his high school games. And last year he played hurt with a hernia all year, and people don't know that. He sacrificed for the team, and he wasn't his best self. And this year he's healthier, he's feeling good, and he's getting better every day. And he's a year older, right? He was thrown in the fire last year, and he's a year older. And we love to see him playing his best basketball down the stretch. But that's Cole. That's my expectations of Cole, and I'm hard on him. And because he wants me to be hard on him, he wants to be the best player he can be. And we got to figure out how to make that happen. And he's bought in, and today was great to watch him do what he did.
So you've won 4 in a row, heading into tournament play. How are you feeling good? You feel like you guys are playing your best ball right now at the right time, or peaking as a squad?
I do. I think the best part about our team right now is we're getting healthier. I mean, Daniel had missed 4 games. Jack is playing with some messed up thumbs, but I think we're getting healthier at the right time, and that's key for us. I mean, I think our team, you look at our record when we've had everybody play, it's been pretty good, and I like this group. I like our leadership from our 2 seniors. I like the growth of our young guys, and I think we're going to be ready to go come Saturday.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Good luck with everything moving forward. We're going to bring Cole on.
All right, appreciate it.
Here, thanks. All right, Cole, how you doing, man?
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
William
to meet
McDermott.
Cool.
First of all, congratulations. Obviously, career high performance. Did you feel like you were on early? Was there a shot or a moment where you knew you had it tonight?
Yeah, not really. I mean, it's all just about, like, early on, my teammates are feeding me the ball, and we've got so many guys that can get it going. And just today it happened to be me, but that's all credit to my guys for giving me the ball.
I'm curious. You've come off the bench in every game this season, but you've also played a pivotal role in every game. Do you take pride in that, coming off the bench and being able to provide a spark?
I do take a lot of pride in that. I started some games last year, and this year we're lucky enough to have 2 seniors that are huge for us, leaders on the team. And so I'm coming off the bench, and I take a lot of pride in, if we get a slow start, coming in there and being that spark and being that energy that we need sometimes to move forward.
And about those 2 seniors, Miles and Simon, how impactful have they been for you? Not only because they're also front court players like you, and you're kind of filling in for them. How have they been able to help you in your growth over the past couple years here?
I mean, they're everything. Those are my guys. From basketball all the way to academics to stuff outside of even that. They're great role models, and I owe a lot of who I am today to Miles and Simon.
Do you feel like you guys now, 4-game win streak heading into the tournament, do you feel like you guys are gelling as a group right now, that you guys are playing your best basketball?
I think we're rolling. I think we've got a really special team with a chance to do something really, really great in the conference tournament and beyond that if we're playing our best basketball. And I really think we are. I think we're firing on all cylinders, and we got a chance to do something really good.
And then tonight in particular, from the outside looking in, when you guys are making shots as a collective group, I know you hit a couple threes tonight, but as a team, I think, 12 or 13 made threes tonight. I know you guys have had a game in the past where you've hit 20. Is that a big difference for you guys, that you feel offensively when you guys are making shots from the perimeter, things are just clicking?
It obviously helps.
Yeah.
Hitting 12 or more threes in a game is obviously nice, but we're lucky enough to have guys that even when the 3 ball's not falling, that they can fall back on something else. We've got so many guys that are talented that, sure, it's nice when those 3 balls are falling, but when they're not, we have the will and the power to do it otherwise.
Well, Cole, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck with everything moving forward. Really appreciate your time. The final score from Hobart Arena, 101-78, Rose-Hulman over Earlham in the finale of the regular season. Once again, would like to thank Wheeler Mission, as for over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. Can you volunteer today at 317-686-6239? Also, Highway Safety Services. Services, you do what you do. We'll keep you safe doing it. Contact us at 765-446-1502. Cole Pride was our Piper Logistics Player of the Game. He had a career-high 29 points, 8 rebounds, 12 of 18 from the floor, 3 of 9 overall. And he was a big difference in Rose-Hulman's 101-78 win over Earlham College. That's going to do it for us here this evening. Thank you to Chuck Levine, Daniel Thacker, and Savannah Semler on our broadcast for helping out this evening. I'm William McDermott, doing it solo tonight and saying so long from Terre Haute, Indiana on RHIT TV.